So in this problem, we need to calculate the amount of work done in compressing a spring from 10 to 8 inches. Now, it says that we're given a force of 1,100 pounds applied to our spring. We are going to be using Hooke's law, of course, because we're dealing with the spring. That equation is going to be force at the spring is equal to the negative K times our change in X. Why do I say change in X? Well, initially they say it took 1,100 pounds again to force that spring from, you could say at rest here at L0, all the way down to 10. So it traversed a change in X of 5 inches. And we're going to need that for Hooke's law here because we need the constant K in our setup for our integral. We're not going to mess with the negative signs here. We're just going to integrate using appropriate limits of integration. So now that we have that change in X, we were given 1,100. We need to divide, we need to rework this equation. And don't worry about the sign here because the force applied is now the force in the spring, right? So when you do your integration, we're going to be talking about, 15 minus 10, not 10 minus 15, and so on. And I'll discuss the limits of integration here in a minute. So that's going to give us for K 1,100 pounds divided by 5 inches. That gives us 220 pounds per inch. Now, since we're supposed to be going from 10 to 8 here, we're only really going this amount. And so here's the issue. You're going to be doing the calculation from 15 to 10. That's going to be 5. So that limit of integration we're going to call x1 prime, and that's going to be equal to 15 minus 10, which is 5. And then the upper limit is going to be 15 minus 8, which is 7, right? Because that's the change in X that we're going, and we can keep everything positive. So if you set up your integral for your work, we need to put the K in here, and that's because of the units. I'll show that. Because K is going to be in units of pounds per inches. That was that 220 pounds per inch that we had. You're going to be going, of course, changing in X so many inches. That being from the X prime 1, that being 5 to 7 here. Now, there's also a connection to physics where that's going to be the potential energy from here to here. When we do our integration, it's kind of interesting. And also, you're going to have the dx inches, so you get the units for work here. That's going to be in pound inches. And the units check out. You'd write your integral convenient like this, conveniently like so. And you're going to put the changes in X regarding these units here that I just discussed and the potential energy. So the total potential energy in the system is definitely going to be equal to the kinetic energy between those 2 points. So I'm going to put that, at least I think I'm describing this right in terms of the physics. It is just a calculus problem, but I like to be as discrete as possible. So we're going to put our limits in. It's going to be a change of 5 and then a total change of 7 links. Kx dx, we'll integrate this now. After I plug the value in, of course. So altogether, this is going to give us gotta do my calculations here. That first value, and then the second value. So you're going to have 5,390 inch pounds or pound inches, right? Minus 2,750 inch pounds, or just going to stick to the integration and put pound inches here. That will give you 2,640 pound inches. It's going to be option C. Hope it helps.